Wavesound presents an unabridged recording of Why Did I Buy That? By Kirstie Clements, narrated by Helen Walsh. Ford by Brooke Boney. Like many of you, I spent my youth devouring the glossy pages of Australian fashion magazines, turning the pages, carefully absorbing the messages, while I sat on the floor of my bedroom in country New South Wales. I remember the thrill of getting home from school and seeing a new magazine waiting in its plastic sleeve on my bed. The most special of all of them was Vogue Australia. So, when I stepped onto a boat a few years ago at one of the most glamorous weddings I've ever attended, I was excited, although not surprised, to see none other than Kirstie Clements, one of my personal heroes. I was even more excited when Kirstie came over to compliment me on my Milano Blahnik gold sandals, and we struck up a conversation. Neither of us knew many people, so we spent much of the evening, and into the early hours of the morning, in deep conversation about the state of the world and where media was headed. I had imagined The Devil Wears Prada's Miranda Priestley, but I found that Kirstie is one of the most inquisitive, soft, and kind people I've had the pleasure of meeting. Now, she's not only a professional mentor to me, but also a dear friend. I've sought her counsel through breakups, career changes, and messy life stuff. I've taken to the streets by her side to protest sexual harassment and the treatment of women. I've seen her walk to the front of a line at an exclusive party and straight past the doorman before he even has a chance to check that her name is on the list. She carries herself with the confidence of a woman who's been through everything and survived. I feel incredibly lucky to be the beneficiary of the wisdom and advice that comes with those decades of experience. In an age when we're bombarded with messages about how we should look, how we should feel, and how we should act, I hope you find the same comfort in the words on these pages that I found in my friendship with Kirstie. The value of having a guide like this isn't that it tells you how you should be, rather that you aren't the first to feel like this. That there are generations of women who have come before us and have been sold the same lies, told their bodies had to look a certain way, and had to climb the same steep career paths. And they've survived. It's about figuring out who you are among the thousands of conflicting instructions out there, but also being flexible enough to continue to evolve as times change. Kirstie has shaped our industry, our Australian sense.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?